All right, we're back. We're back. Another Steel City Sports where I'm your host, Luther Dupree, joined as always. We got Mad Dog Mike Migliore with us. We're not going to tell you why we call him Mad Dog, but maybe on the website we'll put it out there. Claudio Rosano, and we got Smoking Jim Frazier. Great show. So much to talk about. Give us a call, 412-231-2288. A lot of good things going on right now, but we want to get started with our Steel City news. Starting us off, we got Mad Dog. Do I need to put a disclaimer out there, Mike? Or
no, I don't think
we're
so.
good? All right, what do you have for us, Mike?
Well, yesterday, college football put out their playoff rankings, and once again, college football disgraced itself. The first three teams, LSU, Clemson, Ohio State, all unbeaten. After that, they have Alabama number 4, Notre Dame number 5. Both teams have losses. And then behind them, they have 5 more undefeated teams. They've got Iowa, Michigan State,
Right.
Oklahoma State, Texas Christian, and Baylor, all of which should be right in front of the 2 lost teams, Alabama and Notre Dame.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I guess it's all about the Power 5 conferences. 2 losses there equal no losses another.
Money.
Yeah, money, the big money, right? All right, Claudia, what do you have for us?
All right, well, first of all, the World Series was a good World Series. And if you were a coach, hopefully you had pen and paper in front of you and you took your notes because no. Yost and Terry Collins, I think, did a great job, even though Collins is getting ripped on for leaving Harvey in the 9th inning. But I know for a fact I would have done the exact same thing, maybe taken him out one hitter sooner, maybe not. But I liked the way they stole bases. They played old school baseball, and they let the guys play. Okay, they let their personalities come out. And another thing that we were talking about with Luther before the show, they weren't up there looking for pitches. Both teams were looking to swing away.
Yes.
They weren't looking for walks. They weren't looking to take the pitch count deep. And both managers, again, will ride their starters as much as possible. Now, free agency, there's a lot of great free agent pitchers coming up or coming out. And if I were the Pirates, I would definitely do a few things if they want to go to the World Series next year. Sign Neil Walker. Keep Neil Walker. Believe it or not, I would even keep Pedro Alvarez because I still see something in him. If they fix him up, he can be a stud and a half. I still think that. Now with Burnett gone and Hap's going to be gone, I would try to sign Hap. But I would go after Cueto. There's a lot of guys out there they can get. And don't forget now, Price is probably going to go to the Cubs. Okay, Washington Nationals just improved themselves, in my opinion, dramatically by getting Dusty Baker as their manager. So St. Louis is going to be St. Louis. So the National Leagues and the Giants are going to be tougher because they're probably, looks like they may even get Greinke. But the National League is going to be tough. So if the Pirates want to compete, they better start spending some money and keeping what they have and spending properly.
There you go. Now we got Smoking Jim Frazier. Let me put the disclaimer out there. The words you're about to hear reflect Smoking Jim's thinking. They don't reflect mine, Mad Dog Mike's, or Claudio. That being said, it's all yours, Smoking Jim.
Hey, thanks, Lou. Just want to let everybody know we got a Steel City Beauty in the house.
Yes.
And I tell you what, she is going to be one of Pittsburgh's fastest rising star. Big hand for Brian in the house.
I thought he was talking about me for a second. Okay.
Listen, I'm tired of playing Cincinnati and watching our best player, Le'Veon Bell, laying on the ground in the fetal position. Listen, if Cincinnati hurts one of your players, you take out 2 of their players. Listen, Ramon Foster and Marcus Gilbert are starting to sound like Grandpa Grump, the neighborhood chump. Listen, what are you guys going to do to the Bengal linebacker in Cincinnati that you couldn't do when he was here in Pittsburgh? 2 years in a row, Le'Veon Bell gets hurt, and y'all don't do nothing. Playing the Rams, you had a guy for the Rams crawl on the ground and like a sniper, take out Ben's knee, and y'all don't do nothing. The problem with the Pittsburgh Steelers, they got too many wannabe rappers on the team. MC burnt toast, MC out of position, DJ this, DJ that. Hey, listen, you know, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the one problem that you all have is you talk all week, you talk a good game all week, but you got too many players who run around on Sunday with pink panties on. Then when you hurt your knee, you go to McGee. I'm not here to hate. I'm just shooting straight. The Pittsburgh Steelers don't want to be great. They just want to be 8-8.
Oh, Smoking Jim starting already. Hey, let me say something real quick before we get to this call. NBA season, I say it all the time. I'm so sick of people saying Jordan was the greatest of all time. I just watched a documentary last night. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest of all time.
Really?
Matter of fact, he's the greatest player to ever pick up a basketball.
He had the greatest
Claudio.
weapon.
No, not just
He had the
that.
greatest
Let me
weapon.
tell you, 71 victories in high school, 3 state championships when New York was at the top of the game. In college, 47 games in a row? Are you serious? 3 state titles. He was so dominant. What's Jordan known for? Dunking, right? That's dunking and winning championships. They took the dunk out of the game because Kareem was so dominant. Why can't this man get any credit? Is it because he changed his name? Because he went from Lou L. Center to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Is it because he was kind of nasty with the media? He wasn't smiling and grinning and selling Nike and Gatorade like Michael Jordan and stood for nothing. He always picked commerce over conscious. Listen, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got the same number of championships as Michael Jordan, 6. 2 finals MVPs. The only move that cannot be duplicated. The skyhook. Nobody has ever done that with as much grace, as much skill as this man. He came out dominating Wilt. Came out dominating all these guys.
Wait a minute now.
No, he was, listen, he came out rookie year. He won a championship with Milwaukee. First round pick.
With Oscar Robertson, too.
Well, with Oscar Robertson, but what did Oscar win before him? Oscar Robertson won nothing. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar needs to get more credit. All these people. Jordan gets more hype because he came around when ESPN was trying to build their name, when Nike was trying to sell shoes, when Gatorade was trying to become the sports drink of choice. He is not the best. If he was so great when he left and retired from the Bulls, they were 57-27, won a championship. What'd they do when he left? They won 55 games. So if you're the best, like LeBron is the best right now, when you leave, the team goes into the lottery. When he left Cleveland, Cleveland got 3 #1 picks.
Is Tony Romo the best quarterback in the game?
When he left Miami didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
That's a dominant player. That's a great player of all time.
I agree with you.
You know,
everything.
Jordan's up there. Kareem doesn't get the respect. Kareem is the greatest player of all time. Everybody needs to stop playing. He has every record there is. And let me know another shot that hasn't been duplicated.
Right.
They had to change the game for this man.
Player.
Smart player, he blocked shots. He left the game with so many records.
I think
that
the
will
reason
never be
why
duplicated.
he doesn't get the credit.
Because the media hates him, Claudio.
The media hates him because he was a very serious person. He didn't talk just to, and he didn't play up to anybody, number one. Number two, I think that Wilt, for me anyway, I think Wilt was the greatest ever. And they changed the game for Wilt as well. And if Wilt would have had a better team, perhaps he would have won more championships. But, you know, you got to say
if Wilt could make some free throws, he
Yeah,
could have won
that's-
some
yes,
championships.
yeah.
Kareem could do it all.
he could.
Everything there was on the court, he could do. He
And
changed
don't
the
forget, Wilt
game.
led the league in scoring and assists.
And don't
Because
forget,
he wanted to. Because he
don't
wanted
forget-
to.
He wanted to.
And Wilt had the 50,000
Don't
women.
forget, Kareem liked the loud.
He what?
He liked the loud.
Oh, well, that's true. He's not the only one. Hey, let's jump to the phone lines. Caller, say your name where you're calling from.
What's up, y'all? This is Stack.
Hey, what's up, Stack? Stack is ready to call, and we're just waiting for this, man. What's on your mind?
Well, there's a number of topics, or shall I say, like in the words of Mike Tomlin, a myriad.
Obviously, you have a lot of things on your mind, Stack. Let's get started.
Well, I want to talk about what you guys just talked about. Just touch on it briefly.
All right.
I would have loved to have seen the Bulls play the Rockets.
Woo!
I would have loved to have seen that, but we never got to see that.
I didn't want to see it.
Oh, man. You didn't want to see it because Jordan even admits they wouldn't know what to do with Akeem. Akeem gave the Bulls fits. Watch some of their games. He gave the Bulls fits.
I like to hear
Oh,
that
I'm
quote
going to
from
bring it for the next show. I'm going to bring it for the next show. I feel you on that, Stack.
But to a couple of my points, I want to talk about one Mr. Andrew McCutcheon.
MVP, okay.
No. Nothing of the sorts. Here's my thing. I have a big problem with Andrew McCutcheon. I didn't touch on it during the last show because we were talking about the wild card game.
Right,
and I didn't even want to really go there about McCutcheon.
Okay.
Here's some things I don't understand about this guy. He gets on first base to start the game. He gets a base hit, which is rare in a playoff situation, for one. There's 2 outs in the top of the first. You're already down 1-0. Why? And I know it's been a month, but, you know, this is the only time I can really express myself.
Right.
Why didn't Andrew McCutcheon even attempt to steal second base? I understand there were two outs. you have to get in scoring position. You're down 1-0. This guy can hit the ball pretty good. This guy has a lot of speed. He needs to take chances. In the top of the first inning, he's playing so deep on the first batter of the game. Why are you playing so deep and letting the ball bounce right in front of you? McCutchen does this way too often, but a lot of people in this town give this guy a free pass. I think he's a very good player. I don't think he's a great player. What are your opinions about that?
We were just talking about. Claude, I'm let you. We were just
we were
talking
talking about
this.
that before, and I'm with you. I said this numerous times. He's the third fastest I've ever seen from home to third, so he can fly. Stolen base wise, he has a little hitch when he slides. He doesn't work on it from what I see, and I don't think he wants to steal. From what I hear, he doesn't want to bang his body up. Now Ricky Henderson stole all the time, and he played 1,000 years. Okay, you say, well, he's a little bit built better than McCutchen. Well, you know what? When you're a major league player, when you're a professional athlete, you go all out. I'm not saying he doesn't hustle, but I don't like the fact that he doesn't want to steal too much. And as far as playing deep is concerned, that's the word that's being said. He does not want to play shallow. He wants to play deep. I guess he feels with his speed, he can make up for that. But the problem is, and again, we were talking about this before the show, they have so many videos and information on each batter that they pretty damn know where you're going to hit the ball.
Right.
Okay? So when they move him up, he ain't moving up. He wants to stay back. I don't like that either. And the problem is, if this was, I always sound like an old man, but if this was in the 70s, trust me when I tell you, that group would have told him, you play up. You
Get your butt up.
Get your butt up. You're going to steal. You're going to go all out. Okay? So I don't like that either. I think he can be so much better. He's a good player. Again, he doesn't have the arm. That's okay. But he has good power. He has good power numbers. His average, I think, is going to continue to be better. I think he could be a fantastic threat. I think he could be a 50 stolen base guy. Stat, I really do.
I think you're right. Hey, Claudio,
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Omar Marino is working with Marte and Polanco. They should work. They're not letting him work with anybody else. I know this. They said, I said, why don't you work with McCutchen? I was just asked to work with Polanco and Marte. Well, go work with McCutchen. Nobody can steal a base better than Omar Marino. And he stole plenty of them. He played every game. He didn't get hurt. So McCutchen, maybe he has the attitude of today's player. I don't know. But he could be a hell of a lot better.
You guys are getting on McCutchen a little bit. He hasn't been great in the postseason. He's still a young player. A lot of room for improvement. He's won a couple MVPs. I don't like the fact that he plays back so much, but as far as somebody working with him, I think McCutchen, if he wants to, could get at least 30 bases a year.
I think
there's no doubt in my
40
mind
and
he could
50.
do that.
He's that fast.
He's that fast.
He gets bad jumps, which can be taught better, and he doesn't slide well. Real quick, I don't want to take too much time. I said this to Luther again. In 1974, Herb Washington, who was an Olympic sprinter, got signed by the Oakland A's. Stat, he was a designated runner. He stole approximately 34, 35 stolen bases, but he also got caught 24 times. You get a guy like Phil Garner, who Herb Washington would blow out of the water, straight speed-wise. Phil used to steal about 30 and only get caught 10, 15 times. He had a better percentage. It's not just how fast, it's how to get a jump, it's how to stay low, it's how to get low and stay low like Ricky Henderson. It's how to, I got a kid on my team who has a little bit of a hitch when he slides. McCutchen needs to correct three things. Attitude on the bases, okay, jump and slide. And I'm telling you, he can get 50.
I like the jump, but the attitude on the bases, that's
by
coach
attitude,
speak.
I mean you got to want it.
Okay.
Ricky Henderson, they knew as soon as Ricky Henderson got on the base, it's all
He was
hell.
going.
Look out. And you change the game. I'm a big stolen base guy. You change the game. And the guy batting behind McCutchen is going to see more fastballs. And I would put Pedro behind McCutchen, who's going to see more fastballs if they know Andrew McCutchen is going to be a threat.
Now, see, if you do, I like that idea. Yeah, if you have Pedro batting, you have him stealing. Yes, I definitely think he can get out there. I like that point. But McCutchen,
my
like I
ideas
said,
are good.
like I said, there's room for improvement. But you guys can't be on here dumping on him. He's the reason we're in the playoffs every year.
Dumping on him would be insulting him.
There's room for improvement.
Dumping
man.
on him would be insulting him or saying something negative about him that wasn't true. If it's true.
Well, we'll see.
That's like somebody telling me, Claudio, you're not tall. Well, hell, I'm not going to get mad at him because I ain't tall.
I'm just glad baseball's over.
Hey, Stack, what else you got on your mind, man?
Another thing, I want to talk a little bit, and I want to touch on this briefly. The Pittsburgh Penguins. I listen to sports radio. And
Black
I hear
man talking hockey.
Hey, I mean, I like the Pens. I'm from Pittsburgh. I mean,
You in Pittsburgh, you got to follow the Pens, whether you black, white, whatever, the smoking Jim.
But this is what I don't get. The Penguins they're playing well. They're playing good defensive hockey.
7-4.
They're not scoring as much. But I'm hearing a lot of complaining on the radio. The last time I checked, the wins are more important than style points. Mike, am I right?
Absolutely right. The Penguins, they're not scoring very much at all, but their defense is doing a great job in every game. And Marc-Andre Fleury is, I think, the best goalie in hockey right now.
Yeah, and you know one thing, sitting near those boys, they're going to start scoring.
No
So
question.
if the defense, can kind of do what they're doing, the offense is going to come around. I mean, they're just too good not to. So, I mean, that's one thing you got to be proud of. If the defense stays like this, the offense is going to come. Sidney,
I asked Mike before the
Malkin,
thing,
all these guys.
I liken it to a hitter in a slump. They're just in a little bit of a slump, but they'll pick it up.
And as far as the Steelers, I mean, if the Tomlin haters, go get a life. I mean, seriously. But as far as another thing with the Steelers, they may need to change their colors from black and gold to black and blue. I mean,
I like that.
That's a good one.
You've been hanging around Smoking Jim. Smoking Jim writing that one down on his phone now.
I mean, it's unfortunate. This just doesn't seem to be our year.
Yeah.
Another topic I want to talk about, Luther. This is my last thing.
Uh-huh.
I know you can't stand Kobe Bryant. I know you've never liked Kobe Bryant.
Right.
I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan, but I'm so happy that the Lakers are getting beat on because they should have picked Jahlil Okafor.
Yes.
They picked a middle of the road guard that you can get in every draft every year, and now they're going to pay the price. When Kobe's done playing, I will be openly rooting against the Lakers and laughing for the next 15 years because they drafted the wrong player.
Exactly.
Bus isn't any good.
You know what? You caught it, man. I said it. They should have taken Okafor. If you were going to go point guard, they could have got Emmanuel Mudiay for Denver. He's definitely going to be a much better player. I never saw the magic with D'Angelo Russell. I don't know what it was. From what I heard, he had some bad workouts, and they still took him. So,
Bus, but I think Bus is the problem.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely
again,
the problem.
it starts at the top. And Magic's been, and if Magic rips on the Lakers, there's problems.
They would have been better off taking McConnell.
TJ.
Yeah, you probably could have got McConnell just like the Sixers did. They got McConnell and Okafor. Why not get two players? Why not get a smart point guard like McConnell and you still get a dominant center like Okafor?
Sometimes
that can take you for years to come.
Sometimes I think these guys, what they want to do, Stat, is they want to pick something. They want to make a pick that isn't obvious. So if it works out, they say, man, boy, he was really good. He had insight. He took a chance. And I think that's a lot of times it happens.
You know what it was? Golden State winning. So now everybody's going to the smaller, faster game. They got Paul George moving to play a four. Instead of getting Okafor, why get Okafor? Because the game is smaller and faster. We're going to go after this point guard, D'Angelo Russell. And it was clearly the wrong pick from where I stand. Kobe is done right now. He retired. He retired 3 years ago. I'm just waiting for him to make it official. He's finished stack. He had a great career, but it's time for him to call it quits. I feel bad for Byron Scott. He's there, and there's really no talent. He's going to catch.
But he's a good.
He's going to be the one fired.
He's going to scapegoat, but he's a very good coach. I think so.
Yeah.
Let me leave you with this. Let me leave you guys with this. Alderdice plays a national basketball schedule like Shenley did in 07. Watch them. They play a bunch of very good teams outside of Pittsburgh.
I'm excited.
Hey,
And they
Stack.
will win the state championship.
Hey, Stack, let me leave you with this. The 2016 Alderdice team will run the 2007 Chile team off the court.
Chill. Stop making these crazy statements, man. You said that about the Alderdice team this year.
Like Stack said, state champ.
Now, see, you're telling people why we call you Smoking Jim. There's no way that team could do anything. Well, I love the Alderdice team, but they still have a long way to go before they get up there with
There's
Shenley.
room on the bandwagon.
There's a long way to go. They got to win a state title first. And then after
made
that,
the Final Four this past year.
what's the Final Four? Let them win a state title, then we can have this conversation. I think they can. I really want to follow that team. Stack, we talked about it at the championship, but come on,
Right.
Jim. They're nowhere near on that level right now. We'll see how much improvement they made, but hopefully all the players will be playing.
According to my next newspaper article, they're the #1 team in city history.
You know what? You're starting to put the jinx on. Didn't you say that about Gateway before the football season? And they didn't make the playoffs. So, pretty soon, Smoking Jim, you're going to be putting a curse. If
The
Smoking
Sports
Jim
Illustrated
calls you,
curse.
you're not going to win something.
The Sports Illustrated curse.
Hey, so what do you think about that, Stack? Do you think they can do something with this national schedule?
Oh yes, they opened up with Imhotep out of
Woo!
Philly. They also play Norcross out of Georgia. They play Lincoln Park. This is what I saw on Max Preps. They play some good teams. They play a very good schedule.
Okay.
Are they going to take their tutors on the road?
I'm not sure, but I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to seeing these guys play this year. I think they can win state.
Yeah, I think so, man. It's state or bust right now. They have all the talent, they have the coach, and they got the support of Steel City and the rest of the city. So, we'll see. Hey, but Stack, man, thanks for the call,
Thanks,
man.
Stack.
All right,
You
talk
brought
to
a
y'all
lot of
later.
good points.
All right.
All right, let's stay on the phone lines. Then we have some clips we want to run. Caller, say your name, where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Jody. I'm calling from the South Hills.
Hey, how you doing, Jody?
Hi, Jody.
Hello.
Hi. I have a question. Does anyone know what we can expect from Isaiah Peed? I hope I said his name right.
Isaiah P, the running back they signed. From
Dre Archer's brother.
Smoking shit. So you're not a big fan of P?
Well, I mean, I think that they loved him because at Cincinnati he used to kill Pitt. He did it all: punt return, kickoff return, catching the ball out of the backfield. But the Rams did what everybody else in the National Football League would have done: cut him.
The jury's still out. But we got to roll with D'Angelo Williams right now, and hopefully, this guy can come in and do something.
I'm just glad they didn't run D'Angelo Williams off early like they did Blunt last year. At least we got a backup this year.
Well, he's not hitting the blunt, so he's going to be here for a while. D'Angelo's he's a pro's pro.
You mean he got the pink tails without hitting the blunt? He did that. That was on his own.
Hey, Jody, what do you think about Isaiah P? Do you think he could help us?
I don't know. Maybe. I was wondering. He was gonna get an offer from another team too.
Mm-hmm.
And does anyone know what team that was? He was at the airport. It said on Twitter. And he was getting on a plane to go to the other team, but then he got the call from the Steelers. So I was wondering.
Yeah, he got 10 calls from the Arena League.
Smoking Joe, that's wrong.
Homestead Ironman.
Hey, well, right now he's a Steeler. I think the jury's still out on him. We'll see what happens.
What was that team of the Pittsburgh Colts?
Yeah, Pittsburgh
Colts.
Colts. Pittsburgh Wolfpack.
He's all right, Jody. We'll see. I think he can help us once he learns the system. As Landry Jones, it took him 3 years to really learn the system, and Mike Vick's still learning. So we'll see if he can help us.
Hey, one thing, Jody. I said it 2 years ago, and I caught a lot of heat. Everybody was with me last year. I'm saying it again, 3P for South Fayette. Over Aliquippa.
So I should book my hotel, make my reservations.
I'll book the hotel for you, Jody.
And
didn't say he
South
paid for
Fayette
it,
is
though.
getting. They got 2 years in a row. They got an award for what is it? They don't get any penalties or anything. Good sportsmanship award.
Well, the one award they get is they're proving to the country that the white man can't play cornerback.
That's Smoking Jim. hey, Jody, thank you so much for the call.
Hey, and thanks to Mike for giving me a heads up to watch.
Okay.
Welcome,
Thanks,
Jody.
Mike. All right, Jody.
All right,
Thank
see
you.
you guys.
Let's stay on the
Bye.
phone lines. Caller, say your name, where you're calling from.
Hey guys, this is Sean.
What's going on, Sean?
What's up, Sean?
Not much. Headed to the circus.
Oh yeah. Got to take the kids to the circus.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Universal?
This
Universal is here?
No, Universal hasn't been here since East Hills. Probably Ringling Brothers.
Yeah, Ringling Brothers this week.
Hey, Sean, what's on your mind, man? As we hear the kids screaming in the back.
Yeah. She gets it honestly from her dad. So I can't comment on that. What topics have y'all been talking
Man,
about?
we've been hitting everything from the Steelers to the
white
hockey,
cornerbacks.
yeah, to South Fayette cornerbacks, to everything, man.
Okay, well, a couple of things. First, with the Steelers, I don't want to spend too much time on them. Who would have ever thought their defense would have kept them in pretty much all the games this year?
Not smoking Jim.
Yeah, they're giving up 400 yards a game passing.
but-
yeah, who would ever thought that?
Listen, they won the St. Louis game for us. They won a couple other games for us. Hey, they made play. They only gave up 16 points last game.
Four.
Not because of the D. The D's holding us down.
Yeah. Okay.
Keith Butler's doing a good job from what I can see. He's making adjustments.
Keith Butler I tell you what, Keith Butler and Jeffro Bodine, they probably graduated the same grade.
Oh gosh.
Smoking Jim at it again.
What do you think, man, Sean?
I think that the speed is showing on the defense. I think the way the NFL is set up now, it's a war of attrition. Can your team be healthy by the time the playoffs come?
Right.
And it's just a shame that the defense has been playing good, but all the offense, they just have not been together as a unit. And when as soon as they get together, another injury.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I don't think we played a full game with Ben, Bell, Brown, and Brand all year.
We haven't played a half because
Right. We haven't played a half, a quarter, a series.
You know what? I don't know what you think, Sean, but I just don't see any rhythm. They seem choppy.
A white man talking rhythm. You know rhythm when you see it.
no. Claudio is 1,000% correct because unfortunately that's the issue. Like someone said, they need to. Like someone said, it's the rhythm.
Yeah.
It's the rhythm, and Bell and Brad, they need to stay away from medicinal things. You know what I'm talking about?
Ain't that the truth?
So I don't know. And one last thing with the Steelers, Antonio Brown needs to keep his mouth shut because I think him running his mouth trying to get the ball to him. Sometimes you got to play decoy, let people get theirs, then yours will come.
Excellent point.
And now defenses. They're just double teaming them now.
And sometimes on interception, you might want to tackle.
That's a
or
great
help
point
out.
too, Sean. Excellent point, Sean.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's had his fair share of drops. Dropped a touchdown against the Ravens. Dropped a couple last game.
I ain't gonna let y'all come on TV and talk about my pick. I stuck my neck out for Antonio.
Hey, he's great.
He's a
He's
Hall
all
of
pro.
Famer.
He's great. He's all pro. But he's not having his best year.
He's all
and it's
world.
not all because of the backup quarterbacks
He's
either.
all world.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. As far as college football is concerned, isn't it? I don't know if y'all heard about Urban Meyer. I think he went on like Bill O'Reilly
Yes.
and was talking stuff about Jameis Winston. And not even a week later, the weekend after he goes on TV, his quarterback gets popped with a DUI.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh wow. See, I didn't know the background, but
Yeah, he wrote a book.
yeah.
Yeah, what happened was I didn't hear the interview, but I guess he went on Bill O'Reilly because they brought him on Bill O'Reilly to talk about problems in college athletics, which is ironic because if you look at his history at Florida, he had
Hernandez.
he had Tim Tebow, he had the killer Hernandez, he had troublemaker. Who's the wide receiver for the Vikings?
Percy Harvin.
Percy Harvin.
At the Pouncey brothers.
The
Pouncey.
Pouncey brothers.
Well, the whole show is basically about the book that he wrote, which is kind of a militaristic way to coach. And,
Okay.
But again, when you say militaristic, you're talking about discipline, which obviously.
From what we could tell,
Yeah.
That's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the nitty gritty, look at what he's produced. Right. Those guys, there's more guys cutting up off the field than on, other than Tebow.
Right.
Did Cardell Jones put something in his drink?
The ironic thing is Cardell Jones picked him up from the police station.
Oh, dang. Well, he was saying thank you for giving him his starting job back so quick. So
Yeah.
They asked Tebow to pick him up. He
Well,
said
Cardell
no.
Jones got to be careful going into the police station. His nickname is 12 Gauge. Rifle, there's something. Yeah, they call him 12 gauge because of the arms.
Because of the
You don't
strong arm.
wanna- Yeah, you don't want to walk in there.
Smoking
So,
Jim.
and I think Pitt is headed in the right direction.
Yeah, they
Like
definitely
I
are.
said,
Oh, my
last
goodness.
month I called and I told y'all, don't be surprised if Pitt plays for the Big East. Big East. Wow.
Wow.
The
Yeah. ACC, you did.
Is the
And
right direction 3 losses in a row? Is that what you're saying? Notre Dame and Duke's going to beat them.
No.
And they just lost the game.
To North Carolina. We'll see. We'll see what they do against Notre Dame. Notre Dame almost
think
lost
they'll
to
lose
Temple.
sooner as well.
I thought Temple should have beat Notre Dame. They definitely had the chance. So, Notre Dame
Temple's
is
the
not.
best team in the state.
Notre Dame's not unbeatable,
Terry
Smoking
Smith.
Jim.
Terry Smith's recruiting out Temple.
That's true. That's true.
So Pitt, I still think they're going to have a good year. I like the fact that Narduzzi he's making good adjustments after the first half. If you saw in the Georgia Tech game, he made adjustments. In the North Carolina game, I personally think out of teams they played, North Carolina had the best players they played against all year.
Yeah, they can't stop Williams. You're right.
There's 2 things that impressed me about the Pitt coach. Number one, it really impressed me last year in the bowl game when he let Baylor score 60 points on Michigan State. And then the other thing that impressed me is how he can coach 2 teams. He's shooting off his mouth about Penn State. Penn State's getting it together. They just won 39-0, and Pitt's going the other way. He need to coach 1 team and not 2 teams here in the city of Pittsburgh.
Oh, that was a
sorry
little,
to talk about Italians. I'm sorry. Give me a pass.
that was a little back and
Give
forth.
me a pass.
You know what? Narduzzi's doing a great job. Who would have thought that they'd only have 2 losses at this point?
Now the coach from Texas.
Nobody thought they could beat Youngstown by 6.
Listen,
Well,
they only have 2
my
losses,
thing-
Sean.
Well, my thing is, and I'm glad you brought up the Pitt-Penn State thing, and I'm going to tie the Pitt-Penn State thing in with the University of Texas. It's basically going to be Texas and Penn State.
Okay.
Penn State has to be kicking their butt, even though it was 20 years ago. They got to be kicking their butt, not keeping together the All-Eastern Conference. Instead, they let the ACC raise the Eastern Conferences. If Penn State would have stuck together with the All-Eastern Conference, they would be the number 1 team in that conference, pretty much for football, or they would be at the top.
Right.
Now, there has been in the Big Ten, unfortunately.
Right now, but we'll see what Franklin can do. But right now, it's all about Ohio State, Michigan State.
Luther, I disagree with you.
You do?
Penn State will, even though I went there, Penn State will always be a second-tier team in the Big Ten. But the reason why is Ohio State and Michigan are always going to put money in their programs. If you get the right coach there, they're going to win.
Well, we'll see.
Well, let me ask you this real quick, Sean. I don't want to hold you up from the circus. But as a Penn State graduate, how do you feel about Sandusky maybe getting out of jail?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like talking about that because I personally knew players up there that he helped recruit up there, and I was up there when he coached his last game, and that really ain't, it's a shame. And the only thing I'll say about this is Sandusky actually may get out because of Kathleen Kane. I don't know if you're following it, but
He's getting out.
Guess,
Really?
well, let me finish.
What? No.
Yeah.
I don't believe
Yeah,
it.
perjury on the grand jury. He's getting out.
The former Attorney General said the judges were leaking stuff out to the media, and if it's proven, they may have to throw that case out.
But then
Well,
they'll get him for some.
it has to be. Yeah, it has to be proven.
He's
We'll
out.
see.
He's on his way out.
We'll see.
Well, the thing of it is with Kathleen Kane, I want to stay in it. That was the reason why they went after her, because she was, was standing up to them people. So now it's like the catch-22. But let's get off of that, because now I'm going to talk about Sandusky.
Right.
As far as the NBA is concerned, everybody was running their mouth about Golden State. They won a title because all the teams they played against, they had injury players.
Which is
Did you
true.
see what they did to
Which is
Memphis?
true.
Well, hold on. Did you just see what they did to Memphis?
It's the same thing that Cleveland did to Memphis with half a team. Memphis is not the Memphis that we're used to seeing right now. They are playing terrible ball, but they do look pretty unstoppable. But they have a tough one today.
Memphis got an NBA team?
They do have a tough one against the Clippers. We'll see, which Clippers team shows up, what Golden State team shows up, man.
Well,
but it's been real easy for Golden State. You're right.
Well, I'm happy that Golden State is they just giving it to people starting the season out. They just letting people know, okay, you didn't think we were the champions last year, we ain't earned it? Okay, you're going to get our best every time we step on the floor.
Yeah.
And,
That's my favorite team.
But to be honest, Sean, they played New Orleans, who hasn't won a game twice. They played Memphis, who's got blown out by 30 twice.
You're
so
a hater.
yes, I'm just calling it what it is.
When was the last time a team that shot outside as much as they do win 2 championships in a row?
They would be the first. They would be the first. But we'll see. I still don't think they're coming out of the West.
Inside presence.
I still don't think they're coming out of the West. I think OKC is going to have some things to say. And when they play Golden State, they're going to get exposed a little bit. But we'll see, Sean, man.
okay. Oh, and I got to get going because I'm probably going to lose y'all, and I got to get ready to get to the car.
Hey, enjoy the circus. Watch out for those elephants.
Just to give everybody a heads up, it's going to be a traffic nightmare in Pittsburgh on Saturday with the circus and
The Pitt,
the
Notre
parade
Dame.
and the Notre Dame game.
And don't forget the city championship too.
It's going to be a circus out there. Now you guys got to laugh when I say it.
Hey, Sean, all right, man, enjoy yourself, man.
See ya, Sean.
Thanks,
Hey,
Sean.
let's jump to the phone. Stay on the phone lines, and we got a bunch of clips to show. Call us, say your name, where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is LD from. I got a question. How come Luther and Mike don't have hats on?
I came late. That's why I have a hat on.
Smoker Jim got a hat and a do-rag.
I was running today, so I came as is.
Me and Mike like to show our head a little bit more than those guys. So.
I just got a question. What if the Pirates took McCutcheon out of the lineup? What kind of team would they be?
They wouldn't be where they are.
Terrible.
I know.
A bad team.
I never said that he was never. I mean, he's the big dog of the team without question. I'm just saying he could be even better. That's all I said. I think he could be more productive. I think he could be more dangerous. I think he can help the people behind him. He's a star. Whether or not he would have been a star years ago, we're not even talking about that. As of right now, in this era of baseball, without question, he puts up good numbers. I just think he can put up better numbers.
All right, LD.
Yeah, just with McCutcheon, I just want him to swing more pitches.
I want everybody to swing more pitches, but that's not his fault.
It's 0-2 before he even swings the bat.
Because that is the way Major League Baseball is going. Like what you said earlier about copycat teams. Who was that?
I was just talking about Golden
Golden
State.
State. The same thing in baseball. Once somebody says something up here, then it starts to trickle down. Well, this guy says it, so I'm going to say it. So I'm going to, because they don't want to get outside the box. That is the dumbest thing. Okay, again, not to go back to the Pirates Cubs, to wait out Arrieta and have him throw strike one. Hell, he throws strike one, then you're in a hole.
But Claudio, now that Kansas City won, maybe teams will try to change because Kansas City did it completely opposite than the way they're teaching.
So.
I
hope so.
I hope so. I love the way.
With you.
I love, and not, shameless plug. Of course, I called Kansas City winning, but I like the way they play. I wish the Pirates actually played more like them. They attack the bases. They attack the baseball.
That's a great point.
They're real aggressive.
When the World Series team or the Super Bowl team or the NBA team, I'm assuming maybe even hockey, when that team wins, then everybody copycats. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you. Again, I'll say it again. McCutcheon is the star of the team. He's the best player of the team. He does come through in the clutch during the season. He has many times. Playoffs a different thing.
8 games.
But I just
8
think,
games, though. 8
I
games.
just think he can be even better.
All right, LD.
But if I have a superstar, my rules for him when it comes to hitting, he can swing at the pitches he wants to swing at.
Yeah.
The average take pitches, but let him swing at the pitches he wants to swing at.
I'm with you. Can you imagine the 70s Pirates playing today? Again, I've said this before. There was an old saying that used to be go through Major League Baseball. I used to say the Cardinals look for changeups. The Dodgers look for pitches outside. This team looks for sinkers. They used to say the 70s Pirates used to look for the baseball. And they went up hacking away. And that's, you ain't going to get a hit if you don't swing.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, just something else. I guess you guys saw Cam Newton this week. He
Oh, yeah.
might not be the best passer, but he might be the best quarterback in the league. And think if he had good receivers.
Oh, man.
You know, there was
He's
a
a winner.
yeah. You know what? There was a rumor that Charles George was going to get traded there. They threw that out there. That would have been great for him. But what I like about Cam Newton this year, Calvin Johnson. Sorry, Calvin Johnson. What I like about Cam Newton this year, when he gets to the line, I like how he's looking at the defense and actually changing play calls. You know, he might have a run play call, but he'll change it to a pass. The whole way he led that last drive against Indianapolis was terrific. He had complete control of the offense, not many weapons. It should have been a touchdown to Ted Ginn, who, you know, butterfingers, not much receivers, dropped another touchdown. But he has complete control, and I really like what Carolina's doing. They got a tough one against Green Bay this week.
And
but,
Cam Newton's dad had money on the game.
Oh, see, why you gotta go there, man?
Who did he bet on?
You was waiting to throw that out
Who did he
there.
bet on?
LD,
That's called the inside scoop, not that stuff you see from
what else
Mortensen and those
you
guys.
got, LD?
Just on Sunday's game, the last play of the game, if I'm the quarterback, I'm not throwing the ball to the back of the end zone to Brown. And the reason why, he's only like 5'10".
Good point.
I'm throwing
Good
it
point.
to Miller
Good
or
point.
Bryant.
Good point.
Maybe you didn't want to hear Antonio Brown's mouth if Bryant caught the winning touchdown. No, I'm just joking.
Good point,
But
good point,
I
LD.
definitely, you know, and then to throw it out of bounds too. I mean, it's just the whole thing I didn't like. You know, a lot of people were getting on Tomlin about not calling a timeout. That's not why they lost the game. You know, I might have used a different strategy, but they had plenty of time to go down and
He's a
score.
friend of yours. Go ahead.
You know, what Smoker Joe?
He's a friend.
No, I mean, it's clock management week in and week out, and he needs to get somebody to take that position off of him so he can get a little bit more FaceTime on TV.
Wizenhunt.
Yeah.
You know what?
Backstab wizard. Huh?
You know what? All I can say is,
He's available.
Wizard Hut is available. Tomlin's doing a fine job. You know, so you could question some of his, you know,
Four and four,
end of the
five.
game. But listen, 3 starters lost, 2 offensive linemen, a running back, your quarterback. Look at Dallas Cowboys. They had 2 guys injured. They lost 5 in a row.
So that's the standard?
No, that's not
thought
the
the standard
standard.
was the
But 2 and 2, the standard is the standard. But they didn't lose all of them. What do you think, right, Mike? I mean,
I don't know they didn't lose all of them, but you have to be able to deal with the injuries. You know, it's too bad people get hurt, but they do. And you know, this Le'Veon Bell getting hurt is a big hurt for them.
Can we run that? You know, I know some people thought the hit was dirty on Le'Veon Bell. Can we run that hit while we have you on here, LD?
That hit wasn't dirty.
I mean, the guy's flying, you know. Oh man, that's just kind of nasty.
What's dirty about
No,
that?
I'm just saying some people thought it was dirty, maybe because afterwards he was celebrating as soon as he heard Bell, you know, in pain.
You mean the same way
screaming.
Lloyd celebrated 1, 2, 3 when L. Toon got knocked out?
Oh, here you go. I don't know, LD. What do you think?
I just didn't like the way he pulled him back. That's the only thing I didn't really like. I mean, he's known as a dirty player anyway.
Right.
All the way through college.
Yeah, usually if somebody's going to side way, you just knock them out that way. You don't try to pull him back over his knee and your full body weight is on him.
Yeah,
So-
Dick Buckus never did that. Jack Lambert never did that. He's a linebacker. That's what he's
we'll
supposed
see,
to do.
but you know, Cincinnati's been doing a whole lot of knee hitting lately.
And the Steelers haven't done anything. McCutcheon could play for the Steelers because nobody fights.
Yeah, there you go.
Jack.
And just one comment about the NBA. Check out LeBron James. He looks like he has the extra energy right now.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
if they can get, you know, if they can stay healthy, I think they can win it this year. I mean, but already they done lost J.R. Smith. He's out again with a knee injury. Kyrie's out. Shumpert is out.
Now,
So
the one thing,
it's health.
that you got to watch out for, I think they're trying to limit his minutes so he can take off during the playoff run. That's risky.
Why? I think he got tired. He got tired.
Yeah, but then you got to win, though.
And he cramps up.
Like how many times, like for example, they say, well, this game doesn't mean anything in October. This game doesn't mean anything in November. And then come May, June, it bites you back. So
Well, I just hope his mom ain't dating one of the players.
Oh.
again, more inside.
But that's one team who can go on the road and win if they need to.
Right.
Oh,
If
yeah.
they're healthy, especially.
Well, what do you think about Golden State? You know, we have some clips. Golden State is killing people. You think Golden State can come out of that West again?
I think they can. Personally, I think they're a good team. They hustle, they can shoot, but if a team can rebound really well and score as well, they can beat that team.
Yes.
You got to pound them inside. A team that matches up well against them is a team like the Clippers because they have nobody that could stop Blake. You know, and DeAndre Jordan's big enough where he can still guard outside, but athletic enough to still guard the rim.
I think
Just don't let send him to the free throw line.
Yeah.
Well, LD,
I think
I'm a professional gambler and already got my money on Golden State already. I already put it in.
Quick guards will take. I think will give them a pain. Quick guards.
Can I just ask a question before I go?
Sure.
Who does Gateway play this weekend?
Gateway this past week knocked off the number 4 team in the state, Franklin Regional. We got rid of that coach, Nola just resigned. So now we're going to get a great coach in there. We done fired 2 coaches in 3 years. If we don't.
Terry Smith is not coming back. Y'all keep trying to find Terry. He's not coming back.
Gateway was a powerhouse before Terry Smith, and it'll be a powerhouse after Terry Smith. We'll find the right one.
It hasn't been since he left. It was a long time before he got there, since they was a powerhouse. And we'll see what happens because they're still looking. You know, they're firing a coach every year.
They're not even going most of the way this year.
Right. I think I just heard a rumor they're going down to single way. Maybe they could win there, Smoking Jill. Hey, LD, thanks for the call.
Thanks, LD.
Thanks, LD.
Hey, let's stay on the phone. Last caller. Say your name, where you're calling from.
Gentlemen, it's Kelly Russell.
Kelly, what's
Kelly.
going on?
Hey, if Gateway went down to single A, I don't think they could beat Clare nor Alice.
Well, I think Aliquippa been ducking Clareton because Aliquippa can move down to single way and they won't do it. So I think the rumors is true in the projects of Clareton that Aliquippa is ducking them.
Well, we'll see what happens with all this new realignment and who goes where and if that game
6A.
finally happens. It's like about 3 to 5 years overdue for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, y'all all over the place.
As always.
I know. Steelers. My constant thing with Tomlin is my same gripes about him from year 1 are like the same gripes I have him in what is this, year 7?
Okay.
7, 8, whatever it is. It's the same thing. And the funny thing is, the natives are restless, the media is restless. Unfortunately, all their restlessness means nothing until the Roonies get restless. So until the Roonies decide to get rid of Tomlin, everybody just have a Coke and a smile and relax.
Man, you and your boy Dunlap.
Y'all know if they got rid of him, I'd be cool with it either way.
Well, the Roonies won't get rid of Coach Tomlin for at least another 4 years because Coach Tomlin's son, Dino's getting ready to start for North Catholic, and you know the Roonies and Colbert got stock in North Catholic, so it'll be at least till Dino gets out.
And that means what?
Right. Smoking Jim being Smoking Jim.
Exactly.
So Kelly, so you're saying...
Luke, Dad, I can't talk. I'm trying to say Andrew and Luke, but Luke, 8 games, man. 8 games still ain't enough? If 8 games ain't enough, how many games is enough?
Listen.
When does enough become enough?
Listen, you guys act like he hasn't had a hit. There's nobody on for him to get RBIs. He hasn't had his best game, but look at his stats. They're not terrible. They're not great. We're used to Andrew being great, but 8 games in baseball, I think we still have to wait a little bit longer.
I think the thing is, it's almost like when Stargell or Clemente, just talking about Pirates, or Reggie Jackson, those guys are counted on to get more than just singles.
Right.
Okay. You need.
But those guys also had top players playing with them. You're talking now, Reggie, like you said, if you took Barnes off that team, you had other stars on that team that could carry you. You took Clemente off. He was the best, but you had other stars. You take McCutcheon off this team,
And they may
they're
be
going
better.
nowhere.
Oh, yeah, but we're not talking about that.
But that's what I'm
We're
saying.
not
But you
talking-
guys,
we're
you
talking
guys are
about
saying,
postseason.
well, those guys
No.
put up numbers like that. They had other people
Absolutely.
around them.
I'm talking
The
about,
only-
I'm sure Kelly is as well.
Listen, when McCutcheon's out there, who's the only guy you're really worried about? McCutcheon. That whole lineup, you go up and down. Nobody's worried
resting
about those
Sean
other guys.
Rodriguez, if I was a Gatorade
Yeah,
bottle.
Gatorade. That's about it.
They rest him 10 games a year. Don't nobody miss that.
All right,
Nobody
all right,
missing,
Kel,
they're loaded.
Kel, what you
that
got?
8 games is all he's going to get because their window is closed. They lose too many people this year, and they're not going to replace them with people that they need to replace them with. They should be trying to sign Hap
Yes.
or replacing Hap with somebody
Yes,
like
they gotta
Cueto or
they
something
gotta
like
reload.
that. But they're not going to do that.
He'll do
So
well
they're
when he
gonna-
goes to the Yankees in a couple of years.
McCutcheon.
well,
McCutcheon.
And you
He'll
guys
look
will
at
all
it
be
as
saying, well, we had him here.
No, I've
and
said it
he's
a million
going to
times.
be lights
He's
out,
the
light
star.
Bonds.
He's the attraction of the team. He's the star of the team. I'm just saying, come playoff time, you have to be the guy.
And you need help. You
no,
need help.
we're talking about him being. We need more than singles from him, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And
you
you
can-
get on base.
you can-
If you're not going to hit home
You
runs,
can only
you're
get
not
the
going to hit
pitch.
extra bases.
So do you think
gotta
they're really?
steal
You think
bases.
they're really pitching to him? Has he really gotten
Yes.
good pitches to
Yes,
hit?
he
No,
has.
no,
Yes, yeah, I think he
no.
has.
He's
I've
got
seen-
walks.
with his approach,
he's gotten that. He's
he can
not
get the
getting
outside
that.
pitch. He-
They're
he
pitching
can do it.
around
I've seen
him,
some good
Claudio.
ones.
That's how I feel.
I've seen some good one pitching.
Oh man. All right. Hey, Kel, what's going on, man? I know we kept it over here. What are your thoughts?
Well, I continue with my thoughts. I'm in Claudio's boat. But if it makes you feel better, Luther, you know, criticism is criticism. So I think he personally gets a pass because the Pirates have had 20 years of losing. And
That's a good point.
Because of what they've done, I think the Pittsburghers have been complacent. The wild card, they had their shot this year and they didn't take advantage of it. And as such, they were one and done to Jake Arrieta. So, and I said before that I thought the Cubs were coming for him. And now, Washington hires your favorite manager, Dusty Baker, to become their new manager. I think they'll get restacked again. So this might be the last time where we see the Pirates in the playoffs potentially.
Right.
If they don't get their act together. And I agree with Mike, they need to sign Hap. But we'll see what off-season moves they do and if they can rebound and do it one more time.
Kelly, we talked about that. I don't know if you heard earlier call. I think Dusty Baker's, him signing with Washington is a huge move. St. Louis is going to be St. Louis. Chicago, it looks like they're going to go after Price.
People are saying they're the
Everybody's gonna
favorite.
improve.
Chicago now, yeah.
Everybody's going to improve. And the Pirates, everybody's talking about improving, but with the Pirates, you're hearing about losing Hap, Burnett retired, Ramirez retired. They might not sign Walker, and Alvarez might be gone. So everybody else is trying to climb up, and these guys are going down. If they're going down, you can't
And
depend on.
you know what the
minor
Pirates are
league
saying? They're bringing people up, and that's not the way to go. Right now, they're good. And what did the Pirates always say? When they're good, they'll spend money.
Exactly.
They're good right now. They have to spend money, or they're going to drop because Chicago is going to be loaded. They're young. St. Louis is always going to be good. Washington, the Mets.
You have a good team right
San
now with the
Francisco's
Pirates.
going to be back
Oh, yeah.
next year.
You have a good team, just fill in some holes.
Yeah.
You want to
We'll see.
reload, not rebuild.
If not, you know, they need to be ripped.
Was Dusty Baker part of the Rooney Rule? Because in Major League Baseball been taking hits for not having more black managers.
And this would have been the first year in a long time that there wasn't even one. So I don't know.
Okay.
Good point, Jim. You know.
Well, I
good
think
point.
Dusty Baker, I mean, again, he has had a hell of a career.
Oh, yeah.
And not only that on the field, but off the field, players like him and they respect him.
And he should have had a title with San Francisco with Bonds, but you know, I digress.
Whose kid ran out there? Was that his kid?
That was his kid. Yeah.
Hey, Kel, so what's your thoughts, man?
Well, I kind of agree with a lot y'all said. I definitely agree.
Thanks,
with you.
Kelly.
Should have had a title. I'm still here. Oh, he's gonna because I guess no, but he should have had a title in San Fran. I still to this day say he should have brought in the close in the 8th inning to go for the win.
True. Yes.
As much as you remember Dusty Baker for that, I also remember him being the manager of the Cubs during the infamous Bartman game too. So we'll see how that works out. As good as the manager Dusty Baker is, there's things that happen that when he's managing at times to make you shake your head. Sean made a point earlier about Antonio Brown needs to shut up and play football. I definitely agree. There's nothing more I hate to see than the prima donna wide receiver position cry and complain about getting the ball.
You guys never
Sean
said that.
Johnson is not walking.
You guys didn't say that when the playmaker Michael Irvin was doing it or T.O. was doing
But
it.
I think that's just all these receivers do it now. I mean, it's
I'm
hard
open.
to find.
I'm open.
It's
I'm
hard
open.
to find one that does it. But yeah, he was
And
real
I didn't
dramatic.
like it then, and I still don't like it.
I want somebody to wants the ball.
That's just me. I know a lot of people do, but I'm the type that, just shut up and play.
Hey,
just let your work do your speaking for you.
The Steelers lost the Super Bowl against Green Bay for two reasons. One, they spent too much time in the strip clubs. Number two, they didn't have a go-to receiver after Santonio Holmes because the washed-up Korean, Hines Ward, was done by then.
Dang.
I want a go-to guy.
Well, listen.
And Antonio's a go-to guy. He wants the ball.
Sanders was hurt. He hurt his foot that game.
Yeah.
As you call him,
Yeah.
tenderfoot.
Yeah.
Who's done nothing but put up big numbers since he's been in Denver, and Antonio
And
Brown
we don't
wasn't
miss
ready to
him,
go.
do we? We don't miss him, do we?
Hey, he's putting up numbers. He's
Do we
doing his
miss
thing.
it?
He's
Do we
doing his
miss
thing.
it? Do we miss
That's
it?
one thing you could do. Ben can make a great receiver great.
Greater, yeah.
Greater.
I like Wallace, too, but we don't miss it.
All right.
Never liked Hines.
Well, and you
Also,
gotta
I guess
bring
my
up
last
Hines.
thing is, y'all have fun at the city championship on Saturday. Smoking.
You ain't coming,
Too much
Kelly?
of a homer.
You're
No,
not coming?
We've had another death in my family. And
Oh, man, I'm sorry to
Man,
hear that.
praying for you and the family, Kel,
yes.
man. You guys got hit pretty hard the last couple months. But
yeah, it's
you
been
know.
not fun. But you know what? Through every dark day, there's a bright cloud.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, real quick, Kel, a prediction on that game.
I'll be wearing my green.
No
Well,
cheering,
what is it?
Smoking
Quarterback
Jim.
lost it. Is it the quarterback who's not there, correct?
Yes, he's not going to be there again.
Last year it was Brashear's offensive line, actually their offensive and defensive line, that just dominated that game. Remember, Luther, I really thought that we should have gave a joint MVP to that whole line because to me, they controlled that game.
They
That's
got
true.
enough. They got enough
Those
credit.
young men are gone, and I haven't seen any games. But if the kids who are there play anything like that line they did last year, I don't know. My only question is, if Alderdice loses this time, will this loss help inspire them or get them focused for basketball? Because that's one thing I'll always remember.
It's been a long time since Alderdice won.
Yeah, I know, but remember specifically what happened to the team at the end of that game. I'm not going to say what. You read between the lines. You know what I'm talking about, Luther.
Right.
I don't.
How they acted when they lost that game.
Yeah.
Will that fuel you for basketball? Because you hate losing? Or will you just kind of just fall to the wayside?
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, real quick, I don't know if you heard the statement that Jim made about this Alderdice team and the Shinley team
It's
from
in the
2007.
Yes, I heard, and once again, as we've always said, if you want to be great, you got to win state.
There you go.
And no matter what, Jim, that Shinley team produced 3 professional basketball players.
Carney Hawkins League.
another
Carney
college
Hawkins
football
League
player.
don't count.
Oh, God.
Carney Hawkins League don't count.
DeAndre Kane and DJ Kennedy both have spent time in the league.
Overseas.
Smoking Jim.
But they were all great. They were all great. I just think that they couldn't have handled Alderdice's outside shots. And when that 6'9" center come back this year for Alderdice, that's going to be the difference.
Okay.
Jim, DeJuan Blair in college flipped Hashim the beat.
What you say? Your phone's breaking up.
What'd you say, Kel?
In college, DeJuan Blair body flipped Hashim the beat.
Yeah, that
We're
was
talking
classic.
high school, though. We're talking high school. We're talking high school.
He used to do the same thing in high school.
I seen that El Equipa team take Shinley all the way to the limit now in high school.
And
We're talking
Shinley
high
still
school.
won.
Yep. Hey, Kel, we're out of time, man. But as always,
Thanks, Kel.
thanks for the call, man.
Always a pleasure, fellas. Y'all have a good one.
Oh,
you,
you
Kelly.
too. All right, Smoker Jim, Claudio, Mike, I'm Luther. We got to thank our special guest again. What's your name, Smoker Jim?
Brienne, the Steel City
Brienne,
Beauty.
Steel City Beauties coming back, full action. Can't wait to do that show. We know my man Eric's been asking for a whole 2 years to do it, and we're about to bring it. Check us out on the website, SteelCitySportsWorld.com. Luther Dupree, check us out. Peace.